consideration. So the 5-point check actually looks at the eye, it looks at the Fibonacci score. It looks at the condition, the body condition score of that animal, to see if is it gaining condition or is it losing condition. And if it's losing condition, then you might need to deworm that animal. Still, it looks at the tail. It looks for a DAG score, or fecal soiling. So on a scale of 0 to 5, with 0 being no fecal soiling and 5 being fecal soiling all the way down to the heart. So if an animal has diarrhea and you know, that's a consideration, you would deworm that animal. It looks at, in goats, it looks at coat condition and it looks at the bottle jaw. In sheep, it looks at the nose for nose spots. But these two tools were developed in South Africa, and they were developed in response to dewormer resistance. So we use those to determine who we should deworm.
Okay.
All right. So those are the tools that you use. And while you're using those tools, when you find an animal that needs to be dewormed, the researchers in New Zealand found that if you deworm them with a dewormer from each class, so say you use the most effective dewormer from that class, which for the US, that would be valbazen, cydectin, which is just moxidectin, and prohibit or levamisole. We dose them with, we don't mix it or anything. We pull up the exact dose for their weight. We drench them with say valbazen, then drench them again with cydectin, then drench them again with the prohibit or levamisole. And those researchers have found that they have an additive effect. So if one drug is 80% effective, then the second drug will knock out so it knocks out 80% of the worms. The second drug will knock out a specific percentage of the 20% that's left based on its efficacy. And the third would do the remaining. And so when you combine them, you can have an efficacy all the way up to 99 point something percentage, depending on how effective each drug is. But by combining them with that additive effect, you are getting a better response. And what you're doing, say compared to using one dewormer that's 80% effective, when you deworm an animal with one dewormer and it's 80% effective, it's killing 80% of the worms and 20% are left over to